Long ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by rolling green hills, there lived a humble farmer named Damien. His small village, called Lunara, was known for its fertile soil and golden wheat fields. Every morning, the villagers woke to the gentle song of birds and the warm glow of the rising sun. But, but when night came, the valley changed. The sky above Lunara filled with thousands of shimmering stars, brighter than anywhere else in the land. People often sat outside their homes, gazing upward in wonder. Damien loved those nights more than anything. Unlike other villagers who admired the stars from afar, Damien often wondered about them. As he lay on the grass after a long day of farming, he would stare at the sky and whisper to himself, I wish I could grow something as beautiful as the stars. The villagers laughed whenever they heard him say such things. Stars grow in the sky, Damien, they would joke, not in the dirt. But Damien simply smiled. He believed that every dream, no matter how strange, deserved a chance. One evening, after finishing his work in the fields, Damien was walking home when he noticed something unusual near the edge of his farm. There, glowing faintly in the grass, was a tiny object. Curious, he knelt down and picked it up. It looked like a small silver seed, smooth and slightly warm in his palm. Damien had farmed his entire life, but he had never seen a seed like this before. He looked up at the sky night and noticed that one small star seemed to be missing from its usual place. He chuckled softly. Imagine if this seed came from the sky, he said, although the thought seemed impossible. Damien decided to plant the strange seed in a small patch of soil near his house. He covered it gently with dirt, poured some water over it, and whispered, Grow well, little seed. Then he went inside and forgot about it. The next morning, Damien woke up before sunrise as usual. When he stepped outside, he nearly dropped his watering bucket. In the small patch where he had planted the seed, something incredible had appeared. A thin, silver stem had grown from the soil overnight. At the top of the stem was a tiny, glowing bud. It shone softly, like a firefly trapped in a flower. Damien rubbed his eyes in disbelief. What in the world? As the sun rose higher, the glow slowly faded, leaving behind a delicate white flower. Damien was amazed. He had planted many seeds in his life wheat, corn, beans, and vegetables, but none had ever grown like this. He decided to keep it a secret. Over the next few days, Damien cared for the strange plant carefully. Every evening he watered it, and every night it began to glow again. But something even more remarkable happened. Tiny silver seeds began to appear around the plant. Damien carefully collected them and planted them across a small corner of his field. Days passed. Soon dozens of glowing plants began to grow. At night, they lit up the farmland with gentle silver light. From far away, the field looked like a piece of the night sky had fallen onto the earth. Damien stood among the glowing plants in awe. I, I grew stars. One evening, a young girl from the village named Lena was walking past Damien's farm when she noticed the strange light shining from the fields. Curious, she walked closer. Her eyes widened when she saw hundreds of glowing flowers swaying swiftly in the night. Farmer Damien, she shouted excitedly, your field is full of stars. Soon the entire village came running to see the incredible sight. People gasped as they looked across the glowing field. It was beautiful. Children ran between the glowing plants, laughing with joy. The soft silver light reflected in their eyes like tiny galaxies. Damien said the village elder slowly. How did you grow these? Damien scratched his head and smiled. I just planted a seed and believed it would grow. That night, something extraordinary happened. As the villagers admired the glowing field, a bright light appeared in the sky. Slowly, it descended towards the farm. The villagers stepped back nervously. From the glowing light emerged a mysterious figure made of shimmering stardust. She looked like a woman formed from the night sky itself. I am Celestia, guardian of the stars, she said gently. Her voice sounded like wind moving through distant galaxies. The villagers stood in stunned silence. Celestia turned toward Damien. You found a seed that fell from the heavens, she explained. It was meant to be returned to the sky. Damien felt a sudden worry in his heart. Does that mean the stars must disappear? He asked softly. Celestia looked around at the glowing field and smiled. No. She gestured toward the laughing children and the amazed villagers. You planted the seed with care, patience, and hope. Because of that, the stars chose to grow here. Celestia raised her hand, and the glowing plants shimmered brighter than ever before. They are not ordinary stars, she said. They are seeds of wonder. She looked at the villagers kindly. As long as people believe in dreams, kindness, and curiosity, those stars will continue to grow. Damien felt a warm feeling in his heart. So the stars grow because we believe? He asked. Celestia nodded. Yes, dreams are like seeds. When you care for them, they become something beautiful. From that day forward, Damien's farm became known as the Valley of Stars. Travelers from distant lands came to see the glowing fields, but Damien never tried to sell the star plants or grow rich from them. Instead, he invited people to walk through the fields, sit beneath the glowing flowers, and remember their dreams. Children love to visit the farm, Damien often told them. Every great dream begins as a tiny seed. All you have to do is plant it. Years passed, and the field continued to shine every night. And whenever Damien looked at the glowing plants swaying under the moonlight, he remembered the simple truth that had changed his life. Sometimes the most impossible dreams are simply waiting for someone brave enough to plant them. And so, in a quiet valley beneath a sky full of stars, a humble farmer proved something the world often forgets. Even the stars can grow if someone believes in them.